Hello, welcome back. Good morning or afternoon or whatever time you're joining me. This is the reading, the daily collective reading for Sunday, February 16th. And the tarot is first. I'll do the astrology after. So let's see, what is it that you guys need to know for this day? What would be the most helpful? How can we best use the energy consciously today? Right there. Oh, well, maybe play some games in the morning with some kids. It's Sunday, right? That'd be the best way to use it. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. And then the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So there's a little bit of, well, there's a simple message here when it comes to, family. Okay. So if you have, well, it doesn't matter how old they are, whether they're friends or family, there could be some competition for your attention all day. There could be a lot of overwhelming, well, it doesn't have to be overwhelming, but just a lot of emotional flow. I like to look at the Ace of Cups as our compassionate, creative, a lot of people say emotion card, but to me, emotions can come from reactions based in the past, and I like to look at it as just the pure flow of feelings that are always there. The main message to me with this card is that the love is always there. And it's our job to open up and receive it. That's why we have the W here upside down like the women and the peaceful white dove. If we open up to our feelings, we can find the love inside of us. And it's always there, but we have to ask for it. We have to ask for guidance from our guides because unless it's a detrimental situation, usually there won't be any type of a divine intervention because they're bound by the spiritual law of, you have to ask for help, right? You have to ask for their guidance. And they love to help. They absolutely love to help. So, and it's not a contest about whether or not they give you a lot of support. It's really just that if you can stay in the love state, you'll have less struggles. Saturn in Leo is there to, with the Five of Wands, is there to help us master our ego, issues. But it's not reversed. And I like to look at it as playing games. These are boys with a lot of energy, and they're learning how to handle their power, right? And Mars currently is just about out of the... it's going to go direct. That's not till the 23rd. Yeah, I'm kind of a little ahead on that. It's Saturn that's what caught me, or caught me up, whatever. With Saturn being retrograde before, well, it's been out of. It went direct on November 15th, but as of the 18th. We'll be out of the retro shade. So kind of back to the position that we started at, back when Saturn went retrograde, which was a long time ago. We had Saturn retrograde for, oh my goodness, a long time. So, yeah. Anyway, it's going to take until May 24th of 2025 before it hits Aries. Oh, my goodness. Hopefully we have things cleaned up in the government by then, but I don't know. Honestly, don't know. So anyway, this is just for today. And when we have the Queen of Pentacles come through reversed, this is a work-life balance issue. This is a mom who's overworked, a grandma who's overworked. This is somebody who's focused too much on, work rather than family commitments, or This is a mom who's enabling by giving too much to the kids, and they're just fighting. You've got a bunch of kids around and they're just fighting and squabbling. Maybe it's a day for them to go play some games somewhere else. Or it could be that by the end of the day, after having lots of fun with kids, you just feel very, very spent. That makes more sense to me. So try to do your best. If you do have this day with kids, or if it's just ego competition, do your best to just love yourself through it and notice where you get tripped up, because we all have an ego, right? And it's our life task to heal any ego. And when I say ego, I'm thinking of like need to be superior, need to be right, need to be on top of things, need to be this or that, need to be successful, need all these appearance values that are unnecessary. And when you can just let go and just be yourself, but be loving and be kind, things will work out. And if you can love yourself through whatever's going on. So when the ego conflicts come up, you notice them and go, oh, okay, well, I'll just back down and back off of that one, because that's a hill that's not worth fighting on. And we don't need to be competitive. And then from there, if you do that enough, the emotional process within, or clearing out the emotional body so that the pure feelings flow through all the time, the way you do that is with those ego conflicts when they come over and over again throughout your life, and eventually your soul will be so clear that your ego will be in service of your higher self. And then, then you really, really have yourself. Then you really have yourself. And there's no enabling kids and trying to, just get involved with that. I guess it's more about picking your battles. So let's look at the astrology for today. There we go. So I set the aspects so that they're just in a tight orb, and so there's less aspects, because if we're doing it every day, that's a smarter way to do it, I suppose. I should have thought of that before. Anywho, you can see that the moon's in Libra. It's in the second decan, so this is the phase of learning lessons. Libra is very social-minded. You probably remember I was talking about it yesterday, where it's that bridge where we cross into relationships with. It's about making decisions, and we're challenged to not be people-pleasing and, or peace at any price. We're challenged to not be, to make sure that we treat others equally. And if we have feelings that come up around not being treated and actual injustice coming up, boy, I could certainly understand that. And with the double, and this is the day before the big peaceful protests that are going on. So maybe there's a lot of making plans and connecting with people who you want to travel with. But with the two sesquisquares here, the 135-degree aspects, we're in that realm of detours, or having some disruptions to plans. So if you are planning, to go to any peaceful protest, make sure you Google how to get there early, how to get there easily, how to get there safely. Allow for extra time. Make sure that you're dressed accordingly. So in case it's really cold, dress in layers, and make sure you have the right footwear. And I do recommend wearing a mask, just because COVID is still out there. There's like these crazy flus that are a little challenging. So you want to be careful, because if you're out, even though you're outdoors, now outdoors is great, but if if the people are not 6 feet away and they're all yelling, there is spit flying everywhere. Okay, that's a super spreader kind of a thing. So if you wear a mask, you're fine. And goggles or eyewear that covers somehow, that's, yeah. And if we're all vaccinated, we've already had it so many times or whatever, then you're probably going to be just fine anyway. But if you have a compromised immune system, I don't know if doing events like that would be a good thing for you. Because, safety first is what I want. So, we also have, now these are exact aspects. So from the moon that wants to be social and get together, and then we have detours and disruptions to plans because I don't know what's going to happen, but with the sun at that anaretic, there's just one more degree, and then the sun moves into Pisces on Tuesday on the 18th. What happens with the anaretic degrees, things get intense. And in Aquarius, it can be rebellion, intense rebellion, because people are in fear of being separated from their freedom, because Ceres is connected to grief and separation. People are grieving for the life they thought that they could be living for the next, who knows how many years. I mean, everything is thrown upside down by what's going on politically. So I truly understand the need for rebellion, but it's best to use it networking and, getting ourselves together in a way that is safe. And it's also, Aquarius at its highest level is about inventing things and inventing new opportunities. On the dark side, it's this abuse of power by the tech bros, and it's bigotry, and it's racism, and that need to be superior, which is not good, right? I mean, it's not a real need, not at all. So if we open our hearts, if we go to the polar opposite of Aquarius, which is Leo, then and open our hearts the best we can, keep our hearts open the best that we can, as best as we can, then that's really all that we can do. And put your energy out there, though. Go for what you want. Don't sit and shrink and go, why isn't God taking care of this for me? Oh, I'm mad at God right now. Well, but God's just, the universe, I should say, is just there for us to impress our power onto, into the universe, into the world. It's not about shrinking and staying small. So, so there's that. And then we also have the two inconjuncts that you notice we had yesterday. We still have them because at 27 degrees here, up to 27 and 28 here. Very tight orb, but these are adjustments that need to be made. And then, of course, we have the south node always opposing the north node, but also it's involving Neptune. So spiritual support is one of the hallmarks, and creative vision is another hallmark of Pisces, and Neptune is the natural ruler of Pisces. At least the modern ruler. The old ruler used to be Jupiter before we discovered Neptune. But, okay, so then also we have Uranus in a sesquisquare to Venus. Venus she's still in that first decan of the sign, which is about making, creating foundations. And in Aries, it's all about independence. And with the sesquisquare, the semi-square, this is just a 45-degree aspect, and it brings in sometimes friction. Like something needs to be taken care of. Things need to be done, and with the energy going between Venus and Uranus, this is women coming together to support each other in a brand new awakening that has been a long time coming. That's for darn sure, and it's all about our survival, and it's about our stability and security. And the principles in Taurus is what I'm speaking to now, because Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So we've got that energy going on, those connections going on, which is really good. But with Taurus at the highest level, that is that faithfulness to hold to your principles. You know, what principles are your guiding light? And I would think that the ability to boldly move forward and blaze your own trail and assert, you know, positive aggression, a positive assertion to make sure you have your own independence and individuality intact. You know, you're the one that creates your own life. You don't need the government to tell you how to control your body in any way. So there's rebellion by women based on security and upholding faithful principles. And there's a lot of friction around that. And we're going to learn as we go how powerful we are. That's that aspect as well. This is kind of like on-the-job training. If this were a natal chart, I would say, oh, this person would get a lot of on-the-job training if they open to it, you know, which is a really wonderful way to learn. And a lot of, you know, people would rather train that way because every business is so unique. But anyway, well, not every, but most of them, yeah, you know. So, okay, so there's that. And then we have all these little semi-sextiles, which are, you know, it's building the energy towards an opportunity. And you can see how they connect between Chiron and Mercury and Saturn. And so basically this is about, you know, not leaving yourself out, belonging to yourself with Chiron and Aries. Bring in that courage with Eris to belong to yourself, and then to try and lay that spiritual foundation best you can. And it's all about you and your spiritual foundation. I mean, it's just very, very simple. So, okay, that's it for today. I'll see you. I'll be back soon for Monday. Bye.